Okay, should be good. Correct? I would assume so. Yes, no, no, yes. Hello? Awesome. Just seeing what's going on. Is anybody out there? Ah, hello. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Yes, yes, click, 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 click. Hello. How are you? uh, do we have any new tips? Or did I? Yeah, I already watched that. Okay. I got a This beard, though, it's getting a little out of control. How's the? What do you guys think of the new new look? What do you guys think? It's Higurashi, When They Cry, Chapter 2, Watanagashi. It's a murder mystery, supernatural mystery, visual novel. That's just interface. The frames and yeah, it's a. I went for a minimalist style because I don't really like taking up a lot of screen real estate. I'd rather just have mainly the game on display. I'm going to have to get used to the fact that my camera's flipped. But yeah. So, I don't usually do webcam because of the fact that it takes up screen real estate. Yes, it's a series where little girls scare Hanyu. That's a fairly apt description. They haven't scared me yet in this game, though. I'm expecting things to go sideways, though, fairly soon. Because I believe we're past the halfway point. So, I'm expecting things to start getting strange. Well, stranger than they already have, with, aside from the school teacher going on a full rant about curry. Not really jump scares, just the general overall tone of things is disturbing and creepy and stuff like that. You'll see what I mean once we actually get into things. Yes, face cam. Thank you. It was Frisky's idea, so you can kind of thank him for that. Yeah, but Frisky kind of gave me a bit of a push yesterday. But yeah, so what do you think of the overlay? I went for a very minimalist style because, as I said earlier, I prefer to take up as little screen real estate as I can because I think I prefer the game being the focus of things. The game being the focus of things. Gonna have to get used to that. I'm pointing at a wall right now. Good. I'm glad you guys like it. Hold on one second. Or did I just make it worse? I think I just made it worse. Hold on. I was just gonna say something like that. I'm in a good spot now. I'm probably going to need to change it when I do other games. But anyway, let's pick up where we left off, shall we? I already said the name of the game, but anyway, for those of you who are going to be joining me on YouTube, hey everybody, TheHanyou here. How you doing? I hope you don't mind the new look of everything right now. I'm trying it out. See, people seem to enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, that's pretty much between Christmas and New Year's. It's just a week of what are we doing. Anyway. Still got a bit of a cough and stuff like that, so bear with me. But other than that, my voice has recovered dramatically well. Like, there was a point where I could barely talk at all earlier this week, so... Well, last week now. I knew we wouldn't be doing any club activities after school today before Mion even said anything. I'd been invited over by Shion. For an all-you-can-eat dessert. I made a point of leaving half my lunch uneaten. My expectations would only be rivaled by my hunger. Keiichi-kun, you seem kind of happy today. Did something good happen, did it? I guess it was obvious. Rina had questioned me with a happy look. That's right, why don't I invite Rina for dessert as well? It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. No, if I recall correctly, Shion said something about having a ticket. At worst, the restaurant might be admission by ticket only today. If that was the case, then having Rina be turned away at the door would result in the worst feeling ever. Yeah. I got a little lucky. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Rena. Okay, so it's Rena. The voice acting is a bit new since I updated the game. Which was it that... Yeah, that's the key that changes the look of things. That's the one I'm used to, because that's the one I played the entire first game with. That makes her look younger. Also, you know, her head's smaller. Anyway, I'm gonna stop messing with the... I'm gonna stop messing with the art for right now. Right now, you'll definitely be jealous. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What is it? What is it? I'm jealous. I'm jealous. This lucky thing, is it cute? Is it cute? I wonder what Rena would think of the uniforms at Angel Mort. They'd definitely be a critical hit. Probably. It's probably pretty cute. What? I'm jelly. What is it? What is it? What kind of fortune were you blessed with? Huh? Could it be you participated in the draw at Angel Mort about 2 months ago? And won? Hey now, I hadn't even transferred here 2 months ago. Haha. Yeah. Yeah. You're right about that, Slag. Oh, that's right. Then it's not the Angel's Dessert Festa then. Mi-chan, what is the Angel's Dessert Festa exactly? You know there's that family restaurant called Angel Mort right by Okinomiya Station? Every season they hold an event to promote their new dessert menu. That's today. Oh, it's no use going. The restaurant is reserved for people who won the draw. Mian explained once again what Shion explained to me last night. I know I'll have to stop by the restaurant sometime. I'll do my best to draw a winning ticket and aim to enter the next all-you-can-eat event. Knock yourself out. By the way, this is just something I heard, but there's a rumor that the tickets are being sold on the black market for a pretty penny. Hearing that story, I felt even more appreciative of the ticket that Shion had procured for me. I just thought I was lucky to be able to eat dessert for free, but it turned out that ticket was much more valuable. The number of things I had to thank for Shion for had increased again. Thanks. I didn't know it was worth so much. Yeah, family, restaurant. I whispered in a voice only Mian could hear. That was how I conveyed my feelings. Mian looked at me for a moment before she tilted her head to the side and smiled confusedly. What? Did you say something? It would be a problem if you said something to me right now. Seemed to be that smile seemed to be telling me as much. I guess Mian wouldn't be accepting any gratitude while she was Mian. I'll go to the restaurant. Today I'll thank Mian while she's Shion. Well then, this old man will take his leave there. I have not trimmed my beard. I need to trim my beard. The work today is gonna be a little rough. Later. Mian waved her hand energetically as she left. Mi-chan has been kind of weird lately. Like she's elated or something. What? You think so? Rina was pretty sharp when it came to these types of things. To me, Mian seemed the same as always, but Rina apparently felt something different. Haha, envious, huh? What, you can't grow a beard? You part Native American or something? Because I know they can't grow facial hair. At least not that easily. Ah, Cherokee. Alright then. I was right. At least you can grow your hair out really long, though. Yeah, see? That's what I'm talking about. You can have amazing hair at the very least. You don't know Keiichi-kun? When I actually let my hair grow out, my hair comes in really thick. But I work in kitchens, so I gotta keep it trimmed. You don't know? Okay, Shikun, I totally thought you knew. Last time I did a full shave was 2 months ago, roughly, I think. It's been since I've been at my current job, and I started that at the end of August. So I'd say it's been at least, at most, 2 months, I think. Rena's skirt fluttered as she spun around with a coy smile. No, what exactly? I was obviously weaseling my way out of the question, but I wasn't lying. Honestly, I didn't really know what was going on. Why did Shion, a persona of Mion that she created, appear before me? Something was blatantly up, but Rena paid it no heed. Oh, really? I wonder what it is then. When Mi-chan is in a good mood, so is Rena. Huh? That's cute. Saying that, she spread her arms wide and spun around happily. I didn't know why, but Rena was in a really good mood. No, that's just how she acts. She doesn't care if you're man, woman, or animal. She'll just hug you and stuff if you're cute. I remember in the first one, she had us digging out it was either a cardboard cutout or like a statue of Colonel Sanders from the trash dump because she thought it was cute. That was weird. So infectious that I had to smile too. Yeah, Colonel Sanders' life-size statue. Even the chirping of the cicadas seemed joyful. But you see... Uh-oh. Rena abruptly stopped spinning. Her expression had returned to a more somber one. You see, Mi-chan. lately. She's been in a lot of pain. Okay. Hmm. What do you mean? Pain? The pain that Rena was talking about probably wasn't physical. At first she tried to pretend it wasn't a big deal, but like a wound, began to fester and grow. Eventually she was no longer able to bear the pain and woke up in the middle of the night. And then she phoned Rena. Mi-chan was crying. Okay, she doesn't have the creepy eyes from the old series yet, but I have a feeling we're getting there. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? What am I talking about? Huh? What is Rena talking about? What? I don't trust you. Of course, I don't trust any of you guys after the last game. Hey, don't play dumb like that. Just now you said... I don't know. Rena doesn't know anything. Yeah. No, those aren't the eyes I was talking about. You'll see the eyes I was talking about later. That's her cute face. What's the link, Slag? Oh, that thing. Now that thing will give you nightmares. That's just the fucking deformed sprites, man. This game originally came out in, like, I believe the late 90s, early 2000s. This whole series of games. I think early 2000s because I believe it was on the PlayStation 2 as well as the PC. Man, the original sprites are fucked up, man. I don't care what you say. The games actually were released before the anime series was released. And the anime is actually based off the visual novels. Which, while it is a rare thing for anime to be based off visual novels, it's not completely unheard of. I believe the, Oh, thank you. But yeah, Steam just started releasing them a couple of years ago. Excuse me. But yeah, I believe the Fate series was actually spawned from the from a visual novel series as well. instead of, because most people assume like, oh, the anime came first or the manga came first and stuff, but there's actually a bunch of, well, not a bunch of, but there's a handful of anime series that got spawned from visual novels, like the Higurashi series, for example. And again, I'm fairly certain the Fate series was also originally a visual novel series before it became a manga and an anime and stuff like that as well. I could be wrong on that, but I think I'm right about the Fate series. Rena spun and laughed innocently. Eventually she appeared to get sick, stumbling as she steadied herself with her hand against the wall. Here's the other version of her, by the way, if you're wondering. That's the other cute version. Being able to toggle it like that is actually kind of fun. Yeah, the cat mouth. Yeah. The room is spinning. That was dumb. Should you get for getting carried away and spinning like that? There it is. When she's not trying to kill you, she is actually kind of cute. Hold on, let me see this. The variations of murder. Variations of murder. The variations of Shion. Yeah, the original sprites are like... What? Like, what were they thinking? Even the old the older... The Steam sprites are pretty good, and the older PlayStation 2 sprites are good. But whatever they were thinking with the original sprites is like... Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Everything for the whole for the Mion sprites, everything except the far left one is acceptable to me. I think I feel sick. I'll lend the dits a shoulder to lean on. That's rude. Yeah, the second one's the one is the one that I keep flipping back to and showing you guys. Because that's the one that I spent the whole first series with before I got introduced to this mod that added the voiceover work and the other sprites. To be stumbling around like a newborn foal at this age is actually quite a feat. I'm not exactly sure. This thing actually doesn't have a... Oh, yeah, it does. There it is. Okay. I've been live for about 35 minutes. Barely made any progress so far. But... because we've just been sitting here talking for the most part. I don't know. Probably about another hour, hour and a half. Rena in a good mood, only babbled incoherently after that. That is what you're supposed to do, yes. You are not wrong. I laughed as I responded to and chided her. Good, I'm glad you're having fun. However, the chance to revisit that heavy topic Rena had brought up before never arrived. As soon as I got home, I tossed aside my school bag and changed in a hurry. The effects of only having a light lunch were starting to show, as my stomach began to let out fickle growls. Alright, let's go to Angel Mort. It's time to face the land of endless desert. Preparations for battle are complete. Tally-ho! Angel Mort had a decidedly different feel to it compared to yesterday. Dessert Festa today, admittance by reservation only. Nonetheless, the front of the store was being swarmed by over a dozen young men. Judging by how they were looking upwards in jealousy instead of entering the store, they weren't invitees. Why would they gather here if they knew they couldn't get in? Found out the answer when I passed through the crowd and began to climb the steps to enter the restaurant. Are you a participant? Do you have a ticket? Yeah. Well, I was lucky. As soon as I said that, I was immediately mobbed. It was like being in the middle of a football scrum on a crowded train. What is going on? The reason was this. It wasn't just one ticket per person. One ticket could let up to 4 people inside. So it's like that, huh? Seems like I should have invited Rena and the others. Thanks for the tip. But I'll pretend I didn't hear that. With an uplifting smile, I turned and ignored them. Reasonable, I guess. Considering I'm fairly certain that the whole reason that she gave you the ticket was to, That ticket can admit up to 4 people. Please bring us with you. What selfish people? This was the only reason they were crowded in front of the restaurant. Dozens of wretched arms reached out for me like the teeth of a giant rake and grasped at the air. I was already climbing the stairs to the entrance. What a heartless dick. Grab him! This isn't something to joke about. I flew up the rest of the stairs and threw myself inside the restaurant. It was like I had entered a different world. miserable throng of the damned hurled curses at me from the other side of the glass door, but inside of this completely soundproofed and air-conditioned restaurant, with the angelic smile of a waitress to welcome me, they were nothing more than a refreshing piece of scenery. Wouldn't really call that scenery refreshing. I knew that I shouldn't laugh, but I began to let out a sinister cackle. Good afternoon. Welcome to Angel Mort. Due to today's dessert festa, the restaurant is reserved for customers who won the draw. I will admit, that is refreshing that they were left outside. Just don't look out the windows and you'll be fine. Could I ask for your name and ticket? I don't have a ticket, but I should be on the guest list. Mibara? Look out the windows, wave, and taunt the shit out of them. That's fair. Or, you know, just look out the window and then stick your hand out the window with your finger out. Like, that's for mobbing me earlier, assholes. There it is. I'm sorry, but may I please have your full name? Keiichi? Keiichi Mibara. My apologies for the inconvenience. You're here by special invitation, right? I'll show you to your seat. Please, this way. Mood inside the room was incredibly heated. Booths were packed to the brim. Men in their prime were stuffing their faces with dainty desserts that didn't suit them at all. It was a rather unnerving spectacle. Soon after I was shown to my seat, Shion arrived. Good afternoon. Just so that you guys can... This is the one that we're seeing now. Ah, hold on. This is the Shion that I spent the entire first game with. Yeah, it's a restaurant. Pretty much. Good afternoon. Welcome to Angel Mort. Thanks so much for today. I really appreciate it. You were a bit late, so I was getting worried. I'm really happy you came, though. May have been because other customers were around that her tone was less casual, but she still capped off that welcome with her usual brilliant smile. As you can see, there's a lot of customers here today. I'm not sure I'll be able to take a break. As you can see, please take your time and relax until I'm finished. When I'm done, let's go play somewhere, okay? Whispering just that last part into my ear, Shion winked and returned to the kitchen. Maybe it was because of the mood in the restaurant, the mood in the restaurant was so heated, but Shion seemed a bit bolder. Even a small change in her mannerisms was enough to set my heart aflutter. Ha! Minnesota Canadian themed Hooters. That's interesting. Even a small change in the mannerisms. I already read that. Well, Uggs are Australian. You know that, right? That's fair. Sorry to keep you waiting. Well, I was overwhelmed by the atmosphere inside the restaurant. Orders from the new summer menu were carried out one after another. The dessert menu looks good. These parfaits look amazing, and the cakes look really good too. You got like a strawberry shortcake, chocolate cake, like a Neapolitan. Some good stuff on the menu. Every single one was extravagantly huge. I get it, you can eat all these amazing things for free. No wonder a ticket was worth its weight in gold. On top of that, it was all of it was plenty delicious. From dishes with a general appeal to insane ones aimed at a specific audience, there was absolutely no gaps in their repertoire. I don't know. There's some places where there's some damn good desserts and they look like picture perfect. I've worked at a couple of them actually. I'd say medium price range because the place I worked at when I was a pastry chef, that I made a bunch of the stuff, but it was pretty good, and it was, I don't want to say reasonable, but it was like just above reasonable, like medium price range, like the place where you'd pay $20 for a burger, like medium high. But also, it's literally right inside. It's right off Times Square in New York. So you expect a fairly above average price range for stuff in that area. No matter how you look at it, I don't think one person can eat this much. Well, let's just leave it at that for now. It didn't feel relaxing in here at all. Probably because the fervor inside the restaurant was clearly abnormal. Fighting game sprite? Which fighting game? Mian was in a fighting game? I keep calling her Xian now. Didn't feel right. All the other booth seats were crammed with groups of 4. Sleazy men were gorging like pigs on cutely decorated desserts, and it wouldn't have been a surprise if they started licking the plates. It was more than a little unsettling. It piqued my interest, so I started listening in on their conversation, and what things I heard. Angel Mort, so moe. Higurashi Daybreak. It's a Higurashi fighting game. Interesting. Me? I bought my ticket for 70,000 on redacted auctions. I told work that I was attending a relative's funeral. Now, keep in mind this is from '83, so the price, so the changeover is probably either lower or higher. I think me and Sleg actually worked out how much a yen is worth in 1983 once, while I was streaming this. Uniforms here are the greatest. I wonder if the waitress would wipe it out for me if I spilled some water on my pants right now. Yeah. No. Stop meowing! See, that's a lot more expensive than you thought it was. Not you too, Slag. Don't do that. Heard they're planning on selling Angel Mort figures. We'll have to pay heed at the next event. Speaking of which, that major figure maker decided to bring out the line. We must confirm the release date. Problem is, there's too many variations to bulk buy them. If it were just a normal set of family restaurant uniforms, there'd only be around 10 types. But including the secret set with different poses that are planned, there's 100 or so. That's a lot of fucking figures. Someone trade with me when I get a double. It's my duty as a fan to complete the collection right away. No, this is destiny between us. The words spilling out of their mouths were pretty much all incomprehensible jargon. No, it's pretty comprehensible and it's rather disdainful. but they still keenly conveyed that hidden behind them was an invisible aura of abnormality. Sorry to keep you waiting. Next dessert is Tropical Cinnamon Love Affair. Something the matter? Ah, no. Sad part is that you can buy almost any Higurashi female character wearing an Angel Mort uniform as actual figures. Honestly, that doesn't surprise me. But wait, hold on, hold on. Even like Rika and stuff? Because that would be creepy. Because she's literally a preschooler. That's not cool. If that, like... even I have limits. Like, there's stuff that there's lines that shouldn't be crossed. Oh, you actually linked it to... Let me take a look at this. Ah. Mion with Angel Mort uniform. Let's see. Higurashi figures. Let's see what we got. Ah, you're linking more. Okay. Furude? Have I met Furude yet? I don't think I've met Furude yet. You're not wrong. Okay, I'm not seeing a Rika figure. I see Mion. I see two different types of Mion. I see Rena, and I see Furude, who's somebody that I haven't met yet. Oh, there's a Mebara. Wait. Hold on a sec. Okay, yeah, it's just... Never mind. It's a big head Mebara. Okay, so yeah, there's one of Shion and one of Mion. Semantics. Satoko, Rika, Rena. Rena with a meat cleaver. Okay, so. Oh god, a figurine of original Sprite Rena. That's a no. Everybody in their swimsuits. Oh yeah, here, just here. I'll just share this in chat. You guys can Here, just look at this. This is basically a display case with all Higurashi figures. Have fun with that. Ah, no. It's just... It's kind of different inside the restaurant today. Our restaurant is pretty famous in their circles. Well, we were aiming for that, so it's all well and good. But during festas, there's something of a more hardcore crowd, so it can be a handful. Waitress informed me quietly with a wry smile. The customers seem rather riled up, almost like a pack of hyenas. Oh, what is this? Do I wanna... At least that's not bad. At least that's not terrible. It could be worse. That just looks like a modified school uniform, swimsuit. To be fair, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. It looks like a modified school swimsuit, so it could be worse. Don't call me a pervert. Kids in Japan wear that as a swimsuit for school, might I add. It's weird, but school swimsuits are a thing. Like I said, it could be worse. Oh, shut up, Smize. This is just getting weird. What now? Let me see. That? I can dig that. That kind of looks like an adult, more adult version or late teen version of Mion, whatever. Yes, keep distracting me. By all means. Never get anything done today. Yes, it is. I mean, it's been around for like 2 decades almost now. So, time as a way of making everything popular. But yes, it was an extremely popular series when it first came out. Hence why it spawned an entire anime series, and like there's like 10 games. Like the visual novels have like, I think there's like what, 6 to 8 visual novels and like a couple spin-off games. And I'm only on the 2nd game. Seems like a lot of customers today came from unreasonably far away. Seems a lot of those types of people are fairly prone to losing their self-control, so it's a little scary. If you don't keep your guard up, something bad can happen. What did she mean by keep your guard up? That moment, a large crash resounded through the room. I turned, startled, to see that a waitress had fallen down and spilled the order she was carrying right onto a customer. Probably somebody got groped. Not going to lie. That's probably what happened. Wait, isn't that Shion? I'm so sorry. Your food is, 8 core arcs, 3 spin-off games, 12 extra... Well, now, hold on. Are the 12 extra arcs actually 12 separate games? Because that's too much even for me. Oh, what have you done? The jeans that I bought at a certain specialty shop for a whole 1,800 yen are all sticky with frosting. I already see where this is going, and I don't like where it's going. What the hell is that? For somebody who just met with disaster, he seems awfully happy. How tragic. Seems that little Miss Waitress here will have to wipey it up from the bottom of her heart. Conversation suddenly veered off in an odd direction. Hey, what did he say? Wipey? Did he want Shion to wipe him down? Right over that obviously aberrant tent he had pitched over his crotch? But that is, I... Okay, see, now if this was, if I was in Keiichi's situation, I'd get up, calmly walk over to him, place my hand on the back of his head, and then smack his face into the table and say, knock it off. The wipey chant quickly spread throughout the room. Totally concerned, Shion went pale. She looked over to a more experienced waitress for help, but was only met with a head shaking out of pity. Sonozaki-san was tripped. Customers who do that to purposely get their clothes dirty have been on the rise lately. Ah, so you're saying she was tripped? Then what happened just now wasn't an accident, it was on purpose? Regular girls are careful about it, so they definitely won't end up like that, but Sonozaki-san is only a seasonal hire, so she had her guard down. Customers today could easily pick up on that, so she's been targeted since this morning. What's the manager doing? He should just kick those thugs out. We're in the service industry, so there's not much we can do about it. Bullshit! I'm in the fucking service industry, and if somebody ever does that to anyone I work with, I'd be like, you gotta go. Like, you gotta go. Seriously. No, it's not Japan, because there's places that are like, unless they catch them and shit like that, there's like, oh, there's not much we can really do and shit like that, and like, unless it's a repeated offense type thing, it's like, the people don't want to do anything because it means they might lose face. Honestly, you lose more face by not doing anything than doing anything. But that's my opinion. Way too many people get away with too much bullshit in restaurants and stuff like that. As somebody who works in a restaurant, I can perfectly tell you that people get away with way too fucking much. She laughed as she said that in a resigned tone. Shion trembled uncontrollably with a dishcloth in her hands as she turned bright red. The man who had been doused in frosting splayed out on the bench, putting the cream-covered tent over his crotch on full display. Yeah, there's people that are definitely like that too, Smize. People will do whatever they can to get a free meal too, and like, man, I so badly wanna open a restaurant just so that I can be like, no, fuck you, get out. Like like, if and when I open a place, I'm going to be like, I'm gonna tell my employees, if a customer gives you shit, give it right back to them. Plain and simple. Yeah, no, there's no, it's not going to be an insult restaurant. There are restaurants that are like that. There's one in Vegas and there's one somewhere in Michigan, actually. But they insult you from the moment you come in the door. My place isn't going to be like that. I'm going to say there's going to be rules. You're not allowed to antagonize them, initiate antagonization, and you're not allowed to go too far, so to speak. But if somebody gives you shit, you're more than welcome to give it right back to them. Because I've seen more than enough waitresses get harassed and all this other type of bullshit, and no, they can't do anything about it. They're not allowed to do anything about it. They just have to grin and bear it and wait for it and like just hope they leave quickly. Like, no, fuck that shit. That's why if I ever have a place, it's like, no, you don't have to grin and bear it. You don't have to just stand there and take it. If they do something or say something to you, tell them to fuck off. And then if they have a problem with it, tell them to come talk with me. I guarantee they'd rather have you talking back to them than if they were to come and see me. Because I'll make sure to get both sides of the story before I talk to anybody. I'll make sure to get the waitress's side of the story before I talk to the customer. Oh yeah, cameras. Cameras are definitely a thing. But unfortunately, most security cameras aren't allowed to have, Yeah, they can. They can. Unfortunately, though, cameras aren't allowed to have audio. Security cameras aren't. Usually. There's privacy reasons behind that, I believe. No, that's a thing all over. all over. Like, the security cameras aren't allowed to have audio. Maybe your state had just changed the law then, because I know there's a lot of places like for privacy reasons, security cameras aren't allowed to have audio because you're listening in on people's conversations and stuff like that, and it's like privacy, the illusion we all live by. Still mentally unprepared, her trembling hand inched forward, goaded on by onlookers. Come, come, come. It's time for the wipey. From my male point of view, it might have been a ridiculous spectacle I could just smile wryly at, but from a woman's point of view, this was obviously pure humiliation. That's the creepy music. What are you sending me now? Oh, her changing costumes. Her changing from Mion to Xian. Also, breast physics. Because why not? That's the creepy music. When I was trapped by those thugs and had been paralyzed with fear, Xian fearlessly stood up to them and saved me. Still, as humiliating as it was, Xian was also partly to blame for this, and it wasn't as though her life was at stake, right? Even these guys, they were just going to jeer at her in a bit of a lewd situation. It's not like they were going to eat Xian alive or anything. Man, why the fuck are you justifying this bullshit? Like, what's going through your head right now, Keiichi? Now I want to smack the main character. It'd be alright if I just consoled her afterwards. Even I was scared. But Kei-chan was in trouble, so... I had to be brave and do my best. When I, a man, was being assailed by 3 thugs while paralyzed with fear, Xian saved me without a second thought. What about now? These sleazy, filthy degenerates were trying to pin the blame on Xian. This time our roles were reversed. Hey Keiichi Mabara, if you don't save her now, then will you be able to repay the debt you owe her? You scared, Keiichi? At that time, Mion, didn't even show a hint of hesitation. Then what about now? I'm not hesitating. Then what? If you're not hesitating, then why aren't you helping her? Exactly. Now resign yourself to your fate. Shut up, you greasy fat ass. Get out of here before I get angry. I grasped Xian's shoulder firmly and pulled her behind me. Yonder waitress was the one who wet mine pants. Really? The one who needs punishing is you. Enough with this. Enough with the empty words. If you're a man, talk with your fists. Thud smash. Yeah, friendly game of baseball. Yeah. Let's just call it that. Oh, so in other words, he's the one who got tossed. Okay. Body was lifted into the air like it was nothing. I was thrown right back into my own seat. This guy is strong? No matter how you look at it, athletic and this Lardo aren't even in the same area code. Well, if he's a really big, really fat guy, it doesn't matter if he's physically fit or not. He's going to punch like a truck. Just saying. You didn't really think that through, did you, Keiichi? By the way, for reference on the whole punch like a truck, if you're big and fat, just look up the Blob from X-Men. Many are otaku, or unexpectedly well-versed in some obscure martial arts. Don't be misunderestimating us. That sentence doesn't make sense. Man smirked, showing off his gum line. Are you okay? Damn it, how lame must I look right now? You were tripped, weren't you, Shion? They're the ones in the wrong here, so don't let them take advantage of you. That may be, but it was still my fault. One more time. Let's do it! Snap, thud, crash. Okay, Smize, you called it. First punch rule. Then you go thinking that this is enough to make me give up. One more time. Or maybe he's just gonna keep getting beat up. Come on, Keiichi, don't be pathetic. Whack, snap, thunk. You're all talk. I'm not done yet! Rise, my will to fight. He's going Super Saiyan. It's to wear them out with your face strategy? Yeah, seems like that. Not just running, I planted every one of my steps firmly as I closed the distance to the lard ball. Each time I ripped my foot off the floor, I could feel my burning spirit flare up from the point of impact. Creepy stuff, creepy music, something's happening. Everything slowed down like I was walking underwater. As I stepped forward in that viscous flow of time, I calmly measured the gap between us. With our difference in height, reach was my ultimate advantage. There was an ever so tiny distance between us where only my punch would be able to reach. I unleashed my iron fist of righteous anger, but it flew towards his face slowly like I was punching underwater. Reacting to that with a smirk on his face, the fatso easily slipped inside of my punch. Hadn't realized until now, but in this mired time, I was able to observe his baffling counterattack with almost painful clarity. His arm slowly swung around in a large windmill motion, wrapped around my whiffed punch, and descended in an arc. That arm swung around like the arms of a clock. And yeah, martial arts my fucking ass. You just Hulk... He basically Hulk smashed That is what he did. And came into contact with my head, twisting my upper body around. Hey, welcome back. Everything's inverted? Looks fine to me. What? Oh, the colors. Yeah, that's, it'll be back to normal here in a second. Dragging my head along, he followed through with another rotation. No, he's just like spinning his arm around. He's not, he's not doing shit. Oh, this game gets very creepy. We haven't even touched the surface yet. Thank you, Smize. This time he rotated his entire body like a top, followed by another rotation. Ha! Combining defense and offense, it was a brilliant counter. That's right, 3 times. I was thrown after 3 rotations, I think. In this vicious region of time, I was unable to struggle, and I could only wait dumbstruck until the moment I was thrown. The moment I was, that sluggish temporal anomaly abruptly ended. And we're back to regular. Yes. Stay hydrated. Staying hydrated is a good idea. Especially when you're recovering from a sore throat. And losing your voice. Worst part is this cough is probably going to stick with me for a while because I have a history of bronchitis, and so no, but I do have whiskey under my desk. Let's see, 2 bottles actually. I got a bottle of Angel's Envy, which is a Kentucky straight bourbon finished in port wine barrels. And then I have a blended malt Scotch whiskey called Monkey Shoulder. They're both good. This one's expensive though, in case you go looking for it. Monkey Shoulder's reasonable. Monkey Shoulder's about $30 to $35 average. Monkey Shoulder is yeah. That's something. I like Bailey's. It's great for a mixer, and I mean, hey, if you like your coffee Irish. Crash! You lack training, young man. I was loath to admit it, but against somebody trained in martial arts, it's not martial arts! I couldn't win through force of will alone. It's not. Based off the description, it's just him rotating his arm, like you said, like a windmill. I can't do it because of the closed locations, but it's like that. That is not martial arts. More pictures? Oh. Yep. Happy memories from the last game. Oh. It's complicated. And to be fair, we haven't even gotten to the explanation about how it's complicated yet. Or why it's complicated. No, it's not a cop-out. That's just me saying it's complicated because I don't want to say anything. Because I had stuff spoiled for me, and I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. After my consciousness faded in a wave of dizziness, when I came to, I was lying down in my own seat. Thankfully, you weren't injured. The more experienced waitress from before wiped the sweat from my brow with a towel. While she was doing that, a red-faced and teary-eyed Shion trudged over. Are you okay? Doing that all for my sake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. I wasn't much help. I've never won a fight before, and it looks like that trend's going to be continuing, Keiichi. No, you just trying to help made me happy. I'm not joking. It's just that I was thinking that it was lucky Kei-chan came here today. As she said that, she stuck her tongue out teasingly. She wiped off the whipped cream with the washcloth she was holding in her hands. Sonozaki-san, you can take your break now. You still have 1 or 2 hours left, don't you? Ah. No, it's fine. Even though it's just part-time, it's still a paying job. I want to work properly while I'm on the clock. So really, you don't have to worry about me. She couldn't even put up a brave front. I would never even think for a second that Mion could be that weak. This was Shion, and she had been harassed by some unreasonable riffraff. That was reality. Kei-chan, don't mind me. Please eat as much dessert as you can. Personally, if I wasn't forced to take a break, I wouldn't take one. But I'm forced to take a break, so I have to take one. I'd rather, cause I'd rather just work the 8 hours straight through instead of being forced to take a non-paid half-hour break. A happier picture. I doubt that. Oh, hey, it's fat ass. It's fat ass beating up Keiichi. Well, I don't know what they're talking about, but that's what I'm talking about. And considering where I work, I can literally just snag a quick bite while I'm working, you know. That's not a problem for me, considering I work in a kitchen. I don't need to take an take a half-hour break to eat or whatever, when I can just eat while I'm on the clock if I need to, you know? When you're done, we'll have you fill out a survey. Well, then I've got to get back to the floor. After some consoling words and a sympathetic smile to Shion, the other waitress started to head back to work. Yeah, pretty much. But also at the same time, I mean, like in between orders, or depending on where I'm working, in between making pizza where I am now, I'm like sometimes it can be a while, so it's like grabbing a quick bite to eat isn't really that big of an issue. And you can always just set it aside if you need to as well, if an order comes through. After some consoling words and a sympathetic smile to Shion, the other waitress started to head back to work. That's where I stopped her. Excuse me, could I borrow your phone? The phone? It's by the register. I'll show you where. They have good cheesecake and good lemonade, actually. Their food is, I'd say, upper levels of mediocre. I've definitely had better food. Their food is good. It's not. Their food is good. It's not great, but it's good. They do desserts well. I mean, come on, it's in their name. That is, like I said, that is one of the things that I will. Limoncello? Yeah. Happy to stop by, Slag. Hope to see you again soon. I'm probably going to be wrapping it up here soon myself, so. Let's see how much further we can get before then. Phones by the register, I'll show you where. Pulled a 10 yen coin from my wallet. This wasn't about saving face. My being a worthless coward was an unchangeable fact, but I could just cry myself to sleep about that later tonight. Now is not the time for tears. I had to fight. If I recall, one ticket is good for up to 4 people, right? Is it alright if I call over 3 more people? Yes, that's fine. For the time being, I'll write them down on the guest list. Could I have their names? He's calling in reinforcements. This is going to... Hey Sleg, if you're still here, why don't you post the links to that art in the the pictures section in my Discord. Not the shenanigans section, but the pictures section. Okay, I'm fine with that. Yes, that's fine for the time being. I'll write them down. What's their names? I turned around and glared at the greasy hooligan who subjected Xian to that humiliation. There are 3 things that aren't working in your favor today, punk. First is that I owe Xian. The second is that I'm a man who's not afraid to throw away his pride to win. And the third is... that we're the most powerful club members in history. Rena, Satoko, and Rika. This is gonna get messy. Understood, I'll do that. I'll have the best and most powerful club members join the fray. They can bring down 1,000 foes. You fat asses. Prepare to meet your maker. This is a nice restaurant. The uniforms are cute. Rena wants to wear them too. On top of that, we're being treated to dessert. I'm deeply moved. Yeah, eat as much as you like. Don't worry about my share. Keiichi-san, enough with the charades. Let's get to the point. Rena and Rika-chan put down their forks when Satoko broached the subject. After looking at them for a few moments, I pressed my forehead firmly into the table. Well, technically they're all the brains. Technically each and every one of them is like they may not like act like it all the time, but they're each fairly devious. I beg of you. I don't care if you make fun of how pathetic I am. Please lend me your strength. The 3 of them seemed surprised by the sudden turn of events, but nevertheless, listened to what I had to say without making fun of my usual behavior. What's the matter? Something happened, didn't it? Actually, Mion's younger sister Xian is working part-time at this restaurant. Ah, the little sister you were talking about, right? Could it be her? Could it? She resembles her. Resemble? That's just Mion with her hair down, isn't it? Or, I didn't know what to say.
Keiichi がシオンだと言うからシオンなのですよ。
What broke? Keiichi says that Shion, then that's Shion. They might be twins, but can they really look that much alike? They're called monozygotic twins. It's a big word for you, Rena. They really can look identical. Rena gave the most plausible explanation, so everybody else was convinced. Well then, do you believe me? I'll get to the point then. I recounted everything that had just happened, how Shion was targeted, how she was antagonized by the customers, and the humiliation that was forced upon her. Also, how incredibly pathetic I was. I included everything without trying to hide it. That's awful. Poor Shi-chan. However, for you to be unable to help her, there should be a limit to how unsightly you can be. There's nothing I can say to that. To admit that you lost and to seek help is a very difficult thing to do. Keiichi-kun chose to help Shi-chan rather than save his pride. So pathetic. Yeah, well, fuck you too, Satoko. Rena's follow-up stung a bit, but I could only be thankful that she understood. Satoko was calling me all sorts of names, but there was no malign intentions beyond her words. Then, what should we do? Her voice was monotone, but there was a hint of resolve in her words. I replied to Rika-chan's suggestive silence in kind with my own quiet resolve. Well, I thought it would be something like that. It is a bit much for Keiichi-san to handle alone. Huh? Then you'll help? Alright. So. Sorry about that. Then you'll help? Of course, Keiichi-kun. We'll help anybody who's being bullied. I remember when I was cornered by those thugs, what Shion had said about the strong feeling of solidarity in Hinamizawa really began to hit home. However, Keiichi Mibara, now is not the time to get choked up with tears of gratitude. Now is the time to fight. Sorry, I owe you one. You tried your best but didn't stand a chance alone. How sad, how sad. Rika-chan gently pat my head for me. But there was no mindless pity in the palm of that hand. It was overflowing with the strong, dependable feeling of, leave the rest to us. Mion can't join us due to various circumstances, so I'll temporarily be taking command. Our strategy will revolve around Shion's defense and the extermination of the enemy's combat capability. Who's the enemy? Are there a lot of them? From this point forward, anyone who messes with Shion shall be considered an enemy combatant. There are no rules of engagement. Compensation will be the dessert you just ate. Any questions? Everybody had already entered club mode, their eyes peering at the riffraff clamoring around inside the restaurant like predators stalking their prey from the darkness. Rika-chan held up her hand. What is it, Rika-chan? Do we have to show mercy? Of course we don't have to. We have no need to show mercy to the rabble who dare lay a finger on Mion's little sister. Then it's okay, Keiichi? Rika-chan was serious. She was really ready to pretty much murder somebody. Oh jeez. Where are we actually going to be getting there in this section? If so, that's gonna be weird. Interesting, but weird. Rika-chan was serious. She was ready to pretty much murder someone. Ah, I'm counting on you, Rika-chan. I, Keiichi Maebara, shall assume all responsibility. Rout them. Alrighty. Ren is going to do her best too. Sorry. Please do. It's a game club. Card games, board games, playground games, pretty much any game. A cooking competition was actually one. That was earlier on in this game. No, not Murder Club. It eventually becomes Murder Club, but it's not Murder Club yet. Eiji-san, you don't have to be so tense. Well, just wait and see. By the time you finish that parfait, we'll have finished cleaning up. Too. Well then, everyone, let's give it our all. Fight-do! Go for it, yay! Yay! That's the most powerful warband the world has ever known. Trained by Mion began to move. I was the oldest, the only boy, and behaved like a leader, but when you consider our club activities, I was by far the most junior member. The motto of their club is basically win at any cost. Doesn't matter if you have to cheat or what have you, win is the motto of their club. Even if it means sabotage or even if it means sabotage or cheating or what have you, if you can get away with it, do it. They play dirty. They play dirty. Like this isn't no like cutesy friend. Yeah, it's one of those clubs. It's all in fun and games, but there is no such thing as a friendly game in this club, if you get my drift. Like, they're all friends, but their games are anything but friendly. There's alliances, there's cheating, there's sabotage, there's double crossing, and so on and so forth. That is their club. At least all the girls, yes. I'd say Keiichi's more like a chaotic neutral. Cause he's still kind of new to it. He's moving onto the other side, but I'd say he's more chaotic neutral. And yeah, I'd say they're all like neutral evil or lawful. Well, not really lawful evil, but. Individually, everyone besides me had terrifying combat capabilities. If all of them combined their strengths to protect Shion, I couldn't even imagine. I was probably about to witness something terrible and awe-inspiring. 5 deluxe parfaits for table 7. Ah, sure thing. Shion carried the order to the tables. For Shion to carry all 5 parfaits without wobbling took so much effort that she didn't have the breathing room to pay attention to her feet. Comrades, here she comes again. This time we'll have her spill everything on my pants and have her give an especially thorough wipey. It was the same wipey scheme that had occurred just a short time earlier. This time another one of them was trying it out for himself. The very depravity of these men was itself a full-out attack. Rena, this is Keiichi. Ambush them around tables 5 and 6. Rena, do you copy? Restaurant uniforms, so cute. I want to take them home. Shion, her bottom swaying it while carrying the parfaits, was being chased by an equally swaying Rena. Rena's dangerous when she's in cute mode because she just wants to kidnap things. And I honestly believe she would kidnap things if the others wouldn't stop her. She jokes about wanting to bring people home and bring things home and stuff like that. It's not a threat. She actually would if the others probably didn't stop her. Yeah, I don't know if cute is the right word, is the word that's used for those uniforms. That's fair. From a normal person's point of view, it's probably like having a fox guard a hen house, but when it comes to Rena, things are different. Cute mode, 120% synchronization. We've won. When Rena's in that state, even the laws of physics don't apply. Shion's legs, unsteady and defenseless, were being targeted by those sleazebags. Now, my comrades. Hail, mein Führer, shining Lucifer of the Harumi Mecha. A leg snaked out to trip Shion's defenseless feet. Egads, 3 of them at once. Thap. Yeah! It happened in an instant. The 3 fools writhed in pain as their legs bent at unnatural angles. What's probably an Eva reference. Oh, the synchronization. Eh. Laws of physics don't apply. Fools writhe in pain as their legs bend at unnatural angles. I told you these girls were dangerous, right? What is this madness? Rena teetered out into view and gave them a warning. No mischief, okay? No means no. No! Rena's going to be the Rena's going to be the one to take her home. This girl, what's with that strange technique? The human scum clutched at their bruised ankles as they passed out. That's our Rena-san. No matter how many times I see it, it's always frighteningly quick. It's an unbreakable barrier. Anyone within 2-meter radius who attacks Shion is completely obliterated by Rena. As Shion was making her rounds through the restaurant, there were people here and there collapsing with welts on their legs or hands. She has her own guard dog. Keiichi-kun, this is Rena. There's nobody left that'll bother Shi-chan. So I'm going to take her home now. Rena, this is Keiichi. Good work. Please continue the mission. Also, permission to take home denied. I repeat, permission to take home denied. And I'll just look. Oh. This game, man. This game. I guess just looking is fine. That wouldn't prevent her from guarding Shion, so I guess it's okay. Anyway, thanks to this, I knew who had tried to mess with Shion. Anyone who was clutching at their arm or leg while they were writhing in agony was basically branded by their bruises. Currently, we have finished identifying all enemy forces, proceeding to the next phase. Satoko, this is Keiichi. What's your status? Is this Satoko? That's a rude way to ask. Keiichi-san, exactly who do you think I am? Satoko was in the kitchen. She had spread open a sketch of the restaurant on the counter. Replete with ordered chits and their destinations, and was now sorting through the freshly made desserts. Hey, what are you doing? Now. Sonozaki-san, it's alright, just leave it to her. More importantly, we're taking all these orders out at once, so I'm counting on you. The veteran waitress was briskly directing her juniors as the trays went out one after another. What'd she do? Satoko, what did you put in the desserts? I got a bad feeling about this. Either spicy or salty, that's my guess. My guess is more for spicy because cause pain. Salty is just salty, but yeah, sour would be good too. Either super sour or super spicy. All the desserts that had passed through Satoko's hands were delivered at once. Yeah, but you have to. But the amount of salt you would actually need to ingest to induce vomiting is a stupid amount. And probably wouldn't be hidden very easily in a dessert. Was there even any applesauce left? Or was it just a teaspoonful of salt? Also, why? Middle school dare? Did you also do the eat a roll of crackers in a minute too dare, or see if you could swallow a spoonful of cinnamon? Lots of cute desserts are coming. Cinnamon was after your middle school days. But you admit to doing the cracker one. Ah. Yeah, I never did any of those dares. Why did you carry around a vial of cinnamon oil? Think you know this, but don't touch them. At least if you still value your life. I know, but oh. Why was it necessary for you to carry a vial of cinnamon oil in middle school? Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine it being unpleasant. So you carried it as an alternative to what? Pepper spray? Like what were you going to do? Throw it at somebody? Or with cinnamon oil, just use ground cinnamon. Cinnamon oil might be a bit overkill. But you had cinnamon oil? Where did you get the cinnamon oil from? Why did your mom have cinnamon oil? Whatever. But no, I mean that still doesn't really explain it. Just saying she baked. Oh, she made candies. That makes a bit more sense then. Okay, yeah, that makes sense then that she would have cinnamon oil. Certainly, they were all incredibly cute-looking desserts. They were all works of art that you could enjoy before even taking your first bite. However, since Satoko had meddled with them, they were nothing more than an unpredictable danger. Blissfully ignorant of that fact were the men now stuffing their faces. Well, let's find out what happened. Oh. Laxatives. Yeah, you said that at the exact same moment that I thought of it, too. Why didn't we think of that? Almost right away they realized something was wrong. What did you mix in there? It couldn't have been salt or Tabasco, right? My, what are you saying, Keiji-san? You said no mercy. I might not look like it, but when I get down to business, I like to be very thorough. As she said that, she twirled a dubious vial in her fingers before putting it away smartly into her pouch. Rika, this is Satoko. The customers are moving. Escort duty is all yours. Leave it to me. Come to think of it, I didn't see Rika-chan anywhere. Where could she be lurking? Clatter, clatter. Several men stood up from their seats, surveying the restaurant for something. That restless fidgeting. And that look of relief when they found the single placard hanging from the ceiling. Written on that placard was the word restroom. They began a mad rush in that direction. It wasn't just one or two people. All the people that were branded as the enemy were standing up from their seats while clutching at their stomachs. Yeah, there's a problem, alright. I think I was a little too greedy. Where's the washroom? Mute. Really? Stop meowing, damn it. Not a number 1, but a number 2. The fact that they're making me say it is... No, if it was Ipecac, they would have been vomiting all over their tables. Ipecac is like an instantaneous thing. They would have been puking the second they put the food in their mouth. Well, maybe not the second, but it's like a near instantaneous reaction. I'd say it's like 5 to 10 seconds delay at the most, I believe. I need to cash out meow. Where's the toilet? I found it. That's a bad joke, man. You're in for it now. I felt dirty just thinking about what Satoko probably did to their desserts. The problem was how to follow this up. I was intrigued, so I followed the rush of men to the washroom. The narrow hallway connecting to the restroom was crammed with about 10 men. What? What is this? peered over what was happening. Whoa. It seemed that the toilet was clogged and backflowing, unleashing a loud gurgling sound and a terrible stench. There was no way to use it in this state. Damn, that's Satoko. What a frightening display of power. No, this wasn't Satoko's doing. This was divine punishment. Yeah, they were just unlucky. I'll just apologetically ask one of the employees here to clean it up. I can't do my business like this. Arrgh. What do we do, meow, comrades? It was a brilliant combination of traps, but it would be better if there were one more push to the kicker. Seeing as it was Satoko, she wouldn't have overlooked that. If it's come to this, it's time for the last resort. Faced with a moral dilemma, the man had only one option: women's restroom. Isn't using the girls' restroom going to get us in trouble? I'm pretty sure there's no female customers today. Why didn't I think of that before? Women's toilets are the best. You're bad. Shame. 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 What a brazen bunch they are. The men, sweat now pouring from their brows, made a mad rush to the girls' room without any hesitation.
Me?
There was a girl there. It was Rika-chan. Men stood there frozen in various complicated poses, indicating their surprise. Rika-chan also seemed dumbfounded by the sudden turn of events, but the look on her face was strangely perfect. This was all part of the plan as well. You sly dog, Rika-chan, I should never underestimate you. This is, you see, mademoiselle? Me. Men's room is a bit dangerous at the moment, so we just want to borrow the toilet here right now, meow. Right, meow, meow.
Me.
What is she saying? But, I guess it's not right after all. Right, my comrades. Yeah, I know she's saying me, but it's like somebody saying, huh, 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 then saying, help! It's like she's drawing this out as long as she can, because she's gonna scream something, I bet, isn't she? Just by having a girl stand there in the restroom, I never knew it could put up such an overwhelming barrier. There's no way anybody could be brave enough to lift Rika-chan out of the way to try and do their business. This was the most they could do after all. If it was a man in full club mode, for example, someone like me, they would plow through Rika-chan without a second thought. Now what are you going to do, you fat asses? Or maybe she was just making a cute sound. I don't know. Making a cute sound and looking dejected. Still expecting her to call out something. Price for tormenting Shion still hasn't been paid. If you're in trouble, I can help you. That would be much appreciated. How would you do that? You can use one of the toilets outside. I'll show you to them. That would be perfect. Please, please. Stop talking like that. Guy must have been dropped on his head. At this rate, I'll end up becoming... It'll end up becoming group anima prey. Really? Really? Good lord, now I can't get that out of my mind. Ryuga-chan, with a pleasant smile on her face, guided them with a casual stride in her step. We passed the 3-hour mark. Huh. Did we? No. We're getting there, though. We're a half hour out. I think. Yeah. Roughly. Anyway. In this race against time, her slow pace was sadistic torture. Is this toilet far from here? We'll get there soon. Obeying Ryuga-chan's directions, they were about to leave the restaurant. Ch.2, finish it. Give him hell. Yeah, leave it to me. Spread my arms out and blocked them as they tried to leave the restaurant. What's the meaning of this? We're at DEFCON 1 here. Listen up, you tubs of lard. You know what happens if you even set one foot outside this door, right? What's the meaning of the preposterous statement? Look, it's written right here on the ticket. Not valid for re-entry, see? You're free to use any toilet you want, but the moment you step outside that door, you can't come back. Boom. You remember this? I don't want to guide anybody who says scary things like that. Everybody panicked as Ryuga-chan began to turn back. They could only figuratively and literally fall in line. All the waitresses also lined up to see them off. Thank you very much for coming. No, you won't. Clang, clang. The bell rang playfully as the door shut behind them. How pathetic. Too easy. We did it. Yay! Rina and Satoko clapped their hands together. Huh. Free desserts for life. I'd say honestly, again, going back to if I did a restaurant, if somebody actually stood up for my waitresses, to the degree that these kids did, I'd be like, yo, you kids are cool. Come back anytime you want. It's on me. Serious respect going on here. When we get the group together, we sent them packing like a herd of cattle. Hey, what happens between the kitchen and, well, you know. With opponents this week, any of us could take them on by ourselves. Hey Ji-san, you need to up your game. And by the way, yes, I'm a bastard. But even you have to admit, given the circumstances, would you be mad if you at them? I mean, if it happened to you, obviously. But if you saw this shit going down and then all of a sudden sweet revenge and comeuppance was given out. I was loath to admit it, but Satoko was right. Damn it. One day I'll be strong enough to be worthy to stand alongside them. But I'm really glad we were able to protect Mi-chan's little sister. There's none of those bad people who were pulling pranks left. You're blessed to have such wonderful friends, Sonozaki-san. The veteran waitress was also smiling. After the herd was sent packing, it had calmed down completely inside the restaurant. Shion was flustered as she glanced between us and the now empty seats. You did that for me? I mean... Shion's expression was somewhere between happy and guilt-ridden. Her face had turned slightly red as she ran into the kitchen. Chi-chan is cute. They really are twins. Given Shion's personality, there's no way that she'd thank us directly. We might have been a bit excessive in our means, but I'm glad we were able to save her. I think you know this already, but Sonozaki-san is very grateful. As a representative of the floor staff here, I also extend my gratitude. Clap, clap, clap. The applause quickly spread throughout the entire restaurant. Not only the other waitresses, but also the customers that were genuinely there to enjoy the desserts. Everyone was lauding our efforts. I think I'm gonna end that here. So, let's see. Let me find somebody to. Oh, there's not really anybody that I follow that's online right now. Actually, here I got somebody to toss the host to. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this, I'm glad. For those of you on YouTube, if you enjoyed the video, leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more content in the future. And for everybody here, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.